Yes, bad request. I don't know if it's actually going or not.
I'm looking for it. Yep, no, you're here.
Alright.
I see it.
Well, happy Friday, people. Wirecast said that it was unable to publish a broadcast, but apparently we're broadcasting. That's Friday for you. Well, what would you like Jesus to say about you? We'll be discussing that and more coming up on Bible News Radio, which starts right now.
So thou, O son of man, I have set thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore, thou shalt hear the word of my mouth, and warn them from me.
Have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness, but rather expose them.
Coming to you from an undisclosed location in Middle Tennessee and examining current events from a biblical perspective, this is Bible News Radio with your hosts, Randall and Stacy Harp.
Hello, people. I love this song. This is a good song.
Here I am on the other side of the radio,
That's right. This isn't really radio, though.
wondering why I'm here and why anybody cares what I say.
Yeah, that's a good question.
No, I'm not a better man, cause I'm singing my songs on the radio.
That's right, people.
Cause we're all the same at the end of the day.
Everybody.
Now I imagine you on the other side of the periscope, doing your homework or driving with your windows down on the freeway.
Better not be watching Periscope if you're driving.
I see you tapping the wheel, I see you bobbing your head to the radio.
Everybody.
Oh, and it makes my day to see that smile on your face. And in some small way, I remember my place, because it's you and me singing the same song right now. Maybe this will bring us together somehow. Maybe there's a million people all singing along. Somebody started thinking about the third line, and maybe some saying a prayer for the first time. And that's enough reason to keep me singing my song, singing my songs on the other side of the radio. Crank up the volume and sing at the top of your lungs with the radio.
All right, happy Friday, people.
Tuning in to some good news and laughing along with the DJ.
Like bare faces right now.
We're changing somebody's world from the other side of the radio. Oh, and it makes my day to see that smile on your face.
In his face. He's so
And in
cute.
some small way,
He is.
I remember my place, because it's you and me singing the same song right now. Maybe this will bring us together somehow. Maybe there's a million people all singing along. Everybody. Somebody started thinking about the third line, and maybe some saying a prayer for the first time. And that's enough reason to keep me singing my song, singing my songs on the other side of the radio.
This is from the 90s, I think.
It's you and me singing the same song right now. Maybe this will bring us together somehow. Maybe there's a million people all singing along. Somebody started thinking about the third line, and maybe some saying a prayer for the first time. And that's enough reason to keep me singing my song, singing my songs on the other side of the radio.
A little skip of a
All right.
beat there.
Hello, people. Okay, well, here we are on the other side of Periscope, and happy Friday to you all.
Indeed.
I hope that you have had a good day. As for me and my house, we will praise the Lord, and we will also say, yes, we've had a good day, just so you know. Yeah, well, it maybe did, just because it maybe did have a 70s feel. Hashtag, just so you know. I should write a song called Just So You Know. Just so you know. All right, anyway, so what we're going to do today, because this is Free for All Friday, is we are going to do whatever we want. But I do have a question for you, and that is, if Jesus could say one thing about you to the whole world, what would you want him to say about you? The name of the song is The Other Side of the Radio by Chris Rice. C-H-R-I-S. Rice, as in Rice Krispies. The cereal. Do you guys believe in aliens? Yes, actually we do. I believe aliens are demonic manifestations. That's what I believe. Just so you know. Dr. Candace R., thank you for coming to the show. I was obedient. Okay, good. All right, so let me say hi to some of you guys that are here. Candace is here. Hi. Mama Gina's here. Hi. Sylvia's here. Hello. Melanie's here, our #1 super fan. Hi, Melanie. And Bareface is here. Harpocrates is here. Very funny. Ben is here, and I don't know how to say that name, so I'm not going to say it, but the rest of you are here. So thank you all for coming in. I'm very happy that you're here. I appreciate it with all of my heart that you decided to come in and share out to however many people you decide to do. You share it out. I have to also let you know that Vicky, our friend, is also live. She just went live right now.
I see that.
Yes. There's a part of me. Ooh, we could broadcast her on our scope. That might be funny. Hello, hi.
Well, no. Remember when someone scoped them watching us?
Yeah.
That was kind of weird.
Oh, so should we scope ourselves watching Vicky?
No.
She sent
Melanie says do it.
She sent me a message.
Do it.
I should listen to it. Wait, hold on. You're going to hear what she had to say. Hopefully it was something nice.
Hopefully nothing personal.
6 p.m. I go on at 6 p.m. almost every day, and Friday night is Ask Vicky, Ask a Serial Entrepreneur, anything. It's an actual show. So you posting that you're going on at the same time would have nothing to do with it.
Well, see, there you go. Well, so really our show has nothing to do with Vicky's show. Just so you know. So if you
heard it from her.
If you
want, it has nothing to do with it. So there is no conflict because they are completely unrelated.
So if you want to go learn from an entrepreneur, then do that. If you want to come and have fun, stay here.
Minister Lisa Hatterley has joined us.
Hey,
just
Minister
so you know.
Lisa's here. Hey, I think that's awesome that you chose us over Vicky, just so you know. But there's no competition. Never in God's kingdom is there any competition. Okay, so speaking of that. Oh, no, you didn't. You did not tell us that. Or if you did, we weren't around on Monday because I think we were traveling. No, we were. Oh, well, I hope you're doing okay. I know it's a hard loss. Definitely. It's hard when anybody dies, especially somebody you love. I mean, yeah. Oh, I've been queen. That doesn't make sense to me. Oh, crying. Queen autocorrected to crying, or crying autocorrected to queen. Aw. Well, I wish I could give you a hug, but I can't. But in lieu of a hug, maybe this show will help. Yeah, how's that, huh? Okay, so let me open up by sharing with you from Matthew chapter 26. Okay, Matthew 26. Bareface, go ahead, put it up on the screen. Hey, Lori. Lori's here. Hi, Lori. Okay. All right. So I wanted to share this story because I love this story. This is one of my favorite passages in the whole entire Bible, in the New Testament in particular. This is what it says in Matthew 26, verses 6 through 13. You used to love watching me on Revelation TV, huh? Huh. I don't remember ever being on Revelation TV, except maybe a long time ago, if I was. Anyway, okay, so let's read this passage. Okay, Matthew 26, verse 6 says this. Now, when Jesus was in Bethany at the home of Simon the leper, a woman came to him with an alabaster vial of very costly perfume, and she poured it on his head as he reclined at the table. But the disciples were indignant when they saw this and said, "Why this waste? For this perfume might have been sold for a high price and the money given to the poor." But Jesus, aware of this, said to them, "Why do you bother the woman? For she has done a good deed to me. For you always have the poor with you, but you do not always have me. For when she poured this perfume on my body, she did it to prepare me for burial. Truly I say to you, wherever this gospel is preached in the whole world, what this woman has done will also be spoken of in memory of her." Okay? All right, you hear that? Yeah. Okay. So there's a ton of stuff in these verses, but I want to go through here very briefly and point out a couple of very key things. But the main point is the very last statement in verse 13. One of my favorite verses in the whole Bible, Matthew 26:13, Jesus says, "Truly I say to you, wherever this gospel is preached in the whole world, what this woman has done will also be spoken of in memory of her." Now, I bring it up because the first thing is, here, this woman in the culture, this is a Jewish culture, remember, and I'm almost Jewish. Well, I don't know. I got my DNA test. We'll see, people. Pretty sure I am, though. And in fact, tonight I was having dinner with a whole group of people I didn't know, and this one woman, she looked Jewish. I said, "Are you Jewish?" She said, "Yeah." I said, "Do you think I'm Jewish?" She looked at me. She said, "Yes." True story. So, but anyway, so in this culture, women were not valued as highly as men. In fact, the secular Jews of that day had, or even the religious Jews of that day actually had a prayer that went something like, "Hey, God, I thank you that I'm not a woman or a pig," or something like that. And I mean, it's kind of a degrading thing, right? But here we have this woman. And Jesus was in Bethany, right? He was at the home of Simon the leper, all right? And you gotta, let's like think about this just for a minute. Okay. Oh, you remember when we did the book on, okay, gotcha. Okay, so he's at the home of Simon the leper. Lepers in that culture were outcasts, okay? Hi Pilot Phil. It's hard to say your name, just so you know. Pilot. Okay, I'm sorry. Couldn't resist. Anyway. I don't know why I did that, but I did. Sorry. Okay, anyway, so the lepers were considered outcasts during that time, but Jesus always reached out to the outcasts. He always did, right? I mean, that's what he did. Jesus was so awesome. So a woman who would have been considered a second-class citizen in that culture actually came to him with a very, very, very expensive alabaster vial of we're gonna block that guy, of perfume, and she poured it on his head as he was reclining at the table. Now, in this culture, if you just give you a picture, right, the tables were little, they were very short, and they sat on the floor. So when it says reclining, literally that's what they were doing. They weren't in a recliner. They were literally on the floor, reclining, leaning back, right? But the disciples, don't miss this, okay? Because we got grace and we got law here, okay? The disciples, a.k.a. church folk, became indignant outraged, in other words, when they saw this. And actually, I heard somebody over at the prophecy conference actually say that it was Judas in particular who said this. I don't know if that's actually accurate, but I can say that it says disciples, which is plural, so I think it was probably more than one of them.
I'm thinking it's Mark's gospel that specifically mentions Judas.
Okay, and it would make sense.
I could look into it.
Because Judas is a treasurer.
And then it tells in that account it's because he kept the money back. Not that he cared about the poor,
right,
but because he kept the money back and would take from it.
So, but it says disciples, right? They were mad. So, and the reason why is because this perfume might have been sold for a high price of money and given to the poor, which always cracks me up, okay? Because first of all, it's like, really? Well, if you were that concerned about the poor, why don't you just have a bake sale, people? Just saying. Okay, but Jesus, aware of this, because Jesus is aware of everything, people, says to them, why do you bother the woman? She's done a good deed to me. Right? I love that. Jesus defending the woman. Jesus defending the woman at a leper's house. Jesus actually defending a woman at a leper's house to church folk. This is why church folk wanted him dead, ultimately, because he was like in their business. And then Jesus says this, and for all you social gospel people out there who on the social gospel always wants to take care of the poor, blah, blah, etc., blah, 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 and always says, oh, we could stamp out poverty and poorness and all this other stuff. Well, guess what? Jesus said, for you're always going to have the poor with you, but you're not always going to have me. And of course, here he was, talking about his impending death that was going to take place. And so then he says, for she poured this perfume on my body, and she did it to prepare me for burial. This was a prophetic act of worship that this woman did, right? And notice her name isn't mentioned. I don't know if it is in the other things, but I think it might be Mary, but I'm not positive because there's a couple of different Marys. But the point is, she did this prophetic act of worship, and Jesus didn't rebuke her. Jesus rebuked the religious folk who were given this cockamamie so-called excuse that, hey, that perfume could have been sold and given to the poor. Yeah, but Jesus didn't care about that, right? He cared about this woman's heart. And this is why I named the show the way I named it, because in verse 13 he says, truly I say to you, wherever this gospel, what gospel is that? Whatever this gospel is preached in the whole world, what this woman has done will also be spoken of in memory of her. I remember years ago when I first read this passage, thinking to myself, wow, if I had one act that Jesus would point out and pick in my life, what would I want it to be, And for this woman, this woman was sinful, no doubt, right? She obviously had a little bit of money because she had this very expensive perfume. And I mean, this was like a really expensive, like a year's worth of money, something like that, was what this perfume cost. I mean, it was like a massively, cost lots of money. But this one act that she did, we are remembering it today. But I want to point out something else in this passage here. You know what else we're also remembering today? We're remembering how the disciples acted, right? We're remembering how Jesus actually rebuked the disciples and blessed the lady that worshiped. It's not, because it's not about the money for God. God owns the cattle on 1,000 hills, right? He can provide anything for us. In fact, I got my lunch free today. Scored. It was awesome. But, it was about her heart. It was about her attitude. And look, we even see a parallel in this when Jesus talks about things that we are to remember about other people. we look at Peter, right? We remember that Peter denied Jesus, but Peter also walked on water, right? So that's what I love about the Bible. And this is a truth you can take with you to the bank, pun intended, that the Bible is so reliable. You know why? Because the people that wrote it told the truth about how horrible they were. Right? And the mistakes that they made. This book, you guys, is awesome. This book is life. This book is alive. It's history, and it's continually being proven day after day, night after night. We can meditate on it, never be ashamed of the gospel of Christ. Like we talked about yesterday, people are dying all over the world because they believe the word of God. But the question for you to think about is, wherever the gospel is preached, if Jesus could pick one act from your life, what would he want? What one would it be? What would it be? Would he be rebuking you? Would you be the disciples? Or would he be praising you because you're the worshiper with a pure heart? That's all I wanted to say. All right, Bareface. Okay, so I want to say hi to other people that came in. So, Candace is still here. You didn't leave, Candace. I'm so glad you're here. Okay. And Lover's Lane Lodge, is that Debbie? No. Did I get it right? No, I didn't. Ron. Hey, Ron's here. One of our pillars of the community. Actually, quite a few of our pillars of the community are here. John Doe is here. Hey, somebody found you, John. That's good. Debbie, I got it right? Really? It's a miracle. It really is. So, Randall, Panda Bareface. So, thinking about this question I just posed, what do you have any idea what it is that you would want Jesus to say about you? You know, I know this is a hard one.
Well, I hope that when I meet him, face to face, it will be, well done, good and faithful servant.
Yeah.
Last night is at least I was listening to Claudia Koenig from the...
I fell asleep. Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, anyway, talking about evangelism and that she's always talking to people about Jesus, that's the most important thing that she can do. And I thought to myself, when I get to the end of my life, I'm probably not going to regret that I didn't license more music, or I'm not going to regret that, certainly not going to regret that I didn't make more money. I'm not going to regret that, fill in the blank, the temporal earthly thing. But, what I'm going to regret is not bringing more people to the kingdom with me. Because, that's the only thing we take from this earth is, other souls. We bring souls with us. That's the only thing from this earth that can come with us into glory.
Yes. And Mia, hey, welcome to the show. Chat room, my friend. They follow Judaism. Well, the first century Christians were Jewish. And,
primarily.
And Randall, I think this would be a good time to... there was a question. I don't understand. Did you ask a question?
Well, there was I think somebody asked the question if Jesus called his followers Christians. No, Christians was an epithet, really. In Antioch, they were first called Christians in Antioch, not by themselves, not by the ecclesia, not by the called out ones, not by the gathering, the congregation of followers of Yeshua, but by others. And Christian is kind of it's a transliteration. Yeah, Antioch, Syria, right? Right. Anyways, calling them little Christs, but it was a derogatory term.
And thanks for those hearts, you guys. That rocks.
It was meant to be. It was meant to be derogatory, but it was accepted as, as Peter talks about in his epistle. On their part he's blasphemed, but on your part he's glorified. Because they're identifying you as Christ if they see in you, and he's not referring to that specifically, but when you suffer as a believer. He says, on their part, he's blasphemed, but on your part, he's glorified because they're identifying you with him. And so I think it was that dynamic going on when they were first called Christians in Antioch, Syria. It's like, okay, yeah, I'm a little Christ. Glad that you see that in my life, that you're identifying me with him. So they were originally with internal in-house, they're called followers of the way, if we're going to put it in English, but they didn't speak English since that language didn't come about for a few centuries afterward. But
Hey, Cindy, we met at Chipotle when we were in when we were in Oklahoma.
Cindy and Steve, right?
Yeah, Steven.
Steven, yeah.
Yep, with a P, right? Is it Steve? Yeah, anyway. Yeah, hey, thanks for coming in. Hey, this is our Free for All Friday show, in case you didn't know. In fact, maybe we should introduce ourselves in case you don't know who we are.
Well, names are below our faces.
Right, but I am the star of the show. Not that there's really, that's not true, actually.
There is.
Yeah. Okay, so, yeah, if you're new to the show, we are married. Bareface and me do live together. Have been married 25 years. Wow.
In the biblical sense.
Oh, my gosh, that's amazing. We've been married that long. We have 2 dogs, which are purebred Bichon Frises, and we have a cat that we adopted he was actually a homeless cat, and so we adopted him. We named him Gideon. And our dog Tug just had surgery yesterday. Or was it Thursday? No, yesterday was Thursday.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, he had surgery, and he's home. He's in a crate right here with a cone of shame around his head. Poor Bubba. Anyway, he had bladder stones, and I don't know if you guys know what those are, but those are stones that get stuck in the bladder. And for a male dog, they can't pass because, male dogs have, body parts that a stone can't pass through. And
dogs, well, how do we want to, how much biology? Dogs, their equipment, their plumbing.
They're weenie.
Yeah, actually,
let's just say it that way.
Actually contains a bone.
Yeah.
Unlike human using vulgar terminology, the dogs actually have.
Yes, we talk about anything here.
Actually have a bone there, so it's too tight, they can't pass a stone. It will actually tear their urethra. So.
Yeah, that's ouch. Just thinking about that is painful, people. Anyway, so long story short, Tuggy Bear is in pain. How did we get here, right? And so the dogs are by birth and the cat is adopted. Kind of. Actually, we got Grover first because I couldn't have children, actually. And this was actually a sad story. I had pre-uterine cancer, and so I had to have a hysterectomy, and I couldn't carry children of my own. I mean, because I was too weak. My arms, no, just kidding. That was horrible. 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 There should be a gong. Anyway,
I just have a drum roll.
But my friend Opal and her husband Mike, they had this little puppy at the time. He was 6 months old, and they couldn't deal with him because he was a pain in the butt, basically. And they said, "Do you want him?" And I said, "Yeah, I'll test him out." And then we kept him because he was so cute. He's my baby boy. I love him, but he's been having meltdowns. He was having a meltdown yesterday. He's never had a meltdown. Anyway, so all that to say, me and Randall met in church. I know, hard to believe. And what else? We weren't raised in the church. Neither one of us was raised in the church. So we didn't have, we didn't come from a Christian background or anything. In fact, in both of our backgrounds, there's incest, alcoholism, domestic violence, divorce, homosexuality. What else? I don't know. Anyway, we had a load of crap given to both of us. Let's just say that. And we had to overcome it. Yay! It only took 15 years, but we did it. Spent a lot of years in therapy. In fact, our marriage, one of the things I give God, praise for, honestly, is the fact that we both became Christians, and between our moms and our original parents, the 4 people that brought us here, there were 12 marriages. Okay. And so I just have to say that, the fact that me and Randall have been married for 25 years is a miracle. I mean, seriously, because the cards were stacked against us on so many different levels. I mean, gazillions of levels. Then you throw in the abuse and, a whole bunch of other stuff. I just give God the glory for that. It took me 13 years to earn a master's degree, to become a marriage and family therapist, which I practiced for a long time, actually. God called me out of that. But I have to tell you, too, I'm going to be doing coaching, biblical coaching, So if you guys want a biblical coach or somebody to help you with the issues that you would go see a therapist for, you can come and see me, because I is one. But the answers I give are here. They're not from the book of psychology, headed up by the world's famous atheists and agnostics and people who don't believe in God, who think they're all that in a bag of chips. It's like, really? Anyway, but we like to look at this show as an opportunity to share the gospel every day in some way with, we cover serious topics, but I do it with a light touch. And the reason why is because, look, God made me generally a happy person, aka Tigger, in the world of Winnie the Pooh. People, just so you know, I'm a Tigger. Randall is kind of more of a Eeyore-ish type. Although he's kind of evolved into a rabbit. No, not rabbit. He's not rabbit. He's more like Christopher Robin. Yeah. Randall's...
Yeah. That's probably...
No, maybe you're more like Winnie the Pooh. What do you guys think Randall is? You should just say. I'm definitely Tigger, though. Woohoo! I'm the only one. Thank God for that, right? Okay, anyway.
You are hysterical. Not Tigger. You are hysterical.
It's because I'm Jewish. Oh, and that's the other thing. I probably really am Jewish.
Because?
Owl. Oh, Randall's the
Tigger
owl.
Jewish? Owl. I could probably...
Is Tigger Jewish? I could just see him with the yarmulke on the back of his head.
Well, in the Disney cartoons, didn't Paul Winchell do his voice?
Yes. Yes, he did. Oh, and you know what I like about Tigger? Here's the thing. Tigger rocks. Okay, first of all, Tigger was literally a scaredy cat. Because if you guys ever saw the Winnie the Pooh episode where Tigger got caught in the tree, he bounced into the tree, right? He got all the way to the top. This is a true story. He got to the top of the tree, and then he was scared to get down. So what happened? All of his friends, including Winnie the Pooh and Christopher Robin, they conspired basically to figure out how they could get Tigger down. But Rabbit, who is your choleric personality type, you're Mr. Grumpy, basically said, look, all right, we'll figure it out, Tigger. But here's the thing. If we get you down, no bouncing. Just like in that Seinfeld episode, No Soup for You, the soup Nazi. Rabbit, no bouncing Nazi. Just saying. 100 Archer Woods. That's right. That's right. Acre Woods. Acre, not Archer.
Yeah.
Acre.
That's probably what they meant to.
That's what you meant. Autocorrect sucks. We know.
But just so you know, Paul Winchell, who did the voice.
Yes.
He was born Paul Winchinsky.
He wasn't Jewish?
Wilchinsky. Yes.
He was.
Yeah. His parents were
See? God bless
immigrants, Jewish immigrants from Russia.
Was A.A. Milne, the author of Winnie the Pooh, was he Jewish?
I don't know.
Uh-huh. Well, anyway, bottom line here, though, is Rabbit was mean. Rabbit was like my mom. My mom was like Rabbit. If I had to describe my mom was the Rabbit. But here's the thing, okay? So check this. So the Rabbit basically told Tigger that the only way he would get help for him is if he promised he wouldn't bounce if he got down. So the whole cartoon goes on. It talks about this, blah, 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 blah. And then they do the song, they sing, and they go. And next thing you know, Tigger is out of the tree. But he was scared. He was a scared Tigger. And what happened when he got out of the tree? He was so happy he bounced. That's right, people. Tigger, that's who I am. I bounce when I'm happy. I cry when I'm sad. What you see is what you get. If you don't like it, don't let the door hit you. That's much it. But that's Tigger. And then Rabbit, unbelievably, was like, really, Tigger? I can't believe that you're bouncing. But, you know, that's why people like Tigger, because Tigger is real. Winnie the Pooh, in the world of psychology, is your classic codependent. And if you don't believe me, talk to the other animals. You'll see this. And he had a problem with honey. He needed to go to one of those OA anonymous meetings where he was, you know, eating too much honey. Overeaters Anonymous. I think Winnie the Pooh could have benefited from a support group. Just so you know. All right, so that's a little bit about us. I actually wrote the Voice of the Martyrs persecution blog for 8 years. And what else? Randall is a composer. Oh yeah, somebody wanted you to talk about your video production stuff that you do. Yeah, and then you guys can ask us questions. Feel free to ask us anything. We'll jump on Vicky Fitch's like ask an entrepreneur anything. Well, ask me and Bareface anything, and we'll answer it as long as it's, you know, pure in nature. If you ask us stupid stuff, I'll just say, really, seriously, I can't believe you said that. But other than that, go for it.
Well, I was born at a very young age.
He was. I wasn't there. I was born later in life.
Yeah.
I was lighter than he was. Still am.
Yeah.
Actually, I was 4 pounds when I was born. How fat were you when you were born?
How fat?
Yeah,
fat.
how fat were you? How big were you? You were what?
I think somewhere around 8 pounds.
Wow, you were big, man. What a fatso you were when you were
Most
8.
of it was my head, of course.
Could you see half Randall's body, like, be in the head?
Well, you should see some of the photos. This giant egg head. I've always had this
I actually have.
6 head here.
I love your
It's not a
face.
receding hairline. If it is receding, it's receding very slowly. But
I think you're the most handsome person on the planet.
you.
Yeah, it's true. Look at you.
Anyway, so
I think you're handsome.
fast forward, I began college as a music major, going part-time, but then earned my degree in computer information systems, which served me well in the world of software development and tech kind of stuff in general.
We actually have never felt actually called to adopt. I know a lot of people have asked that. I don't adopt, but I actually do work with children at my church.
Yeah.
So, okay, go on.
I'm still waiting to grow up, so figure out what I want to do when I grow up anyway. But so anyway, fast forward to just you know, left Southern California at the end of 2013 or at the end of 2012. Yeah, 2012. We moved here in 2013. My goodness, time flies. Coming
Especially
up on
when you
5
throw a
years.
clock.
Anyway, and since moving here, for income, I've been producing short format audio and video, like radio spots, explainer videos, kind of thing.
That's a video that explains something in case you didn't know what that
Right,
meant.
a product or service, like you'd see on social media. This is this product, this is this service. And since taking on this Periscope thing, as it's evolved and adding the kind of stuff you're looking at now, I decided to take this sort of public and in part doing this live stream video production. You can find more at chapelmedia.com
Chapel Hill Media.
Yeah, chapelmedia.com/live-streaming.
Now, what do you guys think of that picture of him? I personally think that's a goofy picture.
You took it.
I know, but I think it's goofy because he isn't showing his handsome teeth. Here he's like, yep, this is me. That's, yeah. See, like he is right there. That look is like the Cheshire cat that just ate a canary.
No, the Cheshire cat is
Cheshire.
often, always.
See, Melanie
most
said
often
you should show your teeth.
My
I think you're cute when you show your teeth.
jagged.
You have adorable
dog
little
teeth.
dimples. Your teeth aren't jagged. They're yours. They're manly. Your teeth reveal that you weren't a Nephilim.
Okay.
Just so you know.
Anyway, I'm glad that we're entertaining Sylvia Sue Lynn.
Well, yeah.
This is Free for All Friday.
Is there any
so
other
it's-
questions for anybody?
Was there any?
Do you guys have any other questions? In the meantime, let me tell you, you guys, I want you to buy my course. It's called Your Secrets Are Not Secret. Stop lying to yourself.
Or is it stop lying to yourself? Your secrets are not secret.
Yeah, whatever. I don't. Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
I got my own course title wrong. That's funny. What you are missing because of your secrets. Okay, look, this is a 2-hour course, $29. It will support Bible News Radio, but even more importantly, it will help you in your life. It took me over 20 hours to put this together. It's 2 hours of video. And also it's there's handouts. I made handouts and everything for you. And it will change your life. I guarantee it. I guarantee it so much that you buy the course, and if you hate it and you're like, this sucks, this is the worst thing since I ever heard in my whole entire life, she sucks, blah blah, etc., blah 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 blah, money back guarantee for 30 days. Okay, true story. So I got that course, and I also have my Unstuck Club, which I will be updating this weekend. I know I'm a week late because I was traveling. The Unstuck Club is free, and this is weekly inspiration to move you forward. All you gotta do is go to bit.ly/unstuckclub, all caps. Okay, and here I'm using my expertise as a therapist, but more so as a Christian, to encourage you to move forward in your life, because you know you're stuck. I mean, there are areas we all get stuck in, right? Like sometimes we're in traffic and we get stuck. Just kidding. Well, no, not really. But no, really, seriously, this course is free. It's an ongoing course, updated every week, most of the time. And this week, I'm going to be talking about nails and holes in a fence, just so you know. So if you sign up right now, you go to that and sign up, then you get access to all the other videos that I did. You can read all the comments. A lot of you guys are commenting in there, which rocks, and become a part of it. It's free. And if you like that and you don't want to buy my course first, then go ahead and watch the Unstuck Club, and then you'll go, oh, yeah, this is really good. And not only that, but some of you guys have already bought the course. $29, you guys. It's not that expensive. And have said it's one of the best things I've ever produced. If we are stuck in traffic, how do we get unstuck? Honk your horn a lot. If you're in traffic and you're stuck, then just do what they do in Israel. Honk your horn a lot. If you've never been to Israel, this is a true story.
There's a reason this season can't come sooner.
The Jewish people honk their horns. They do. I'm not lying to you. It's a true story. They do. Go to Israel. You don't even have to go to Israel. Just find a webcam where Israel is and there's traffic, and you'll hear honking horns. Except on the Sabbath. It's totally quiet on the Sabbath. True story. And this is true because I've been there only once because I am Jewish and I went to my Holy Land. And
in Jerusalem, New York City is popular for honking horns.
I can't wait to find out how much Jewishness I have.
Now in Cairo, in Egypt, at the times of prayer during the day, Muslim prayer, you can't honk the horns. So everybody puts their head out the window and they shout at each other. So it's not to disturb the prayer time.
It's so true. Do they drive on the Sabbath? No, actually, everything is...
it depends on how orthodox you are.
But when we were there, it was weird. It was super strange because on the Sabbath, all the Jews were walking, and it was super quiet. But did we ever tell you guys about the elevator incident?
Probably.
We probably did, but some of these people didn't hear it.
Well, I know I've shared it on.
I have the DNA
on Daily
test.
Disciples.
Sylvia, it's actually downstairs. I was going to do it this morning, but then I opened it up, and, you have to spit, basically. I can do that.
That's good.
But the thing is, I read the directions. It says you have to wait 30 minutes.
No food or drink for 30 minutes. For at least 30 minutes before. And
I had just eaten breakfast, or drank my coffee. So I didn't do it. But the true story is that when we were 23andme.com is where I went through. So that's what Claudia Koenig, who is Jewish, and her husband Bill
I'm not sure
Koenig.
that she's Jewish.
She might be Mexican, actually.
Yeah, she didn't.
But-
Listening to her last night, I don't think that she is.
But anyway, point is that's who 23andMe is where I got it. And what else? Oh, so we went to Jerusalem. Well, this elevator story is interesting. Okay, so we're in Jerusalem, right? We're in this hotel. It was kind of a cheap hotel compared to, like, you know, what rich people could afford. What story were we on? I don't remember.
I think we were on the 9th floor.
We were on the 9th floor. Let's just say we were
9th
on
or
the
10th.
We were high up. And so we get into the elevator, and next thing you know, we're pushing number floor 1, right? 1. Next thing you know, the elevator's stopping at the next floor down, like the 9th floor, and then the 8th floor, 7th floor,
Well,
6th floor.
actually,
What?
like 7th floor, 5th floor, 3rd floor, 1st floor.
Oh, it did?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because there was the odd number elevator and the even number floor
Oh,
elevator.
yeah, that's right. You're right. So we were like going, what the heck's going on here? How come this elevator keeps stopping?
Nobody's getting on.
And it
Or
turned
off.
out that it was programmed because it was the Sabbath.
And we were also there during,
Was it the 60th?
no, it was, what feast?
Some feast.
You
know, Jews are always having feasts, you know.
First fruits. I'm trying to remember what the Hebrew name is.
Anyway, the point is that it took like 10 minutes to get down from where we were. And the funny thing is, when the doors would open, there was an option. The people who were waiting out there, we were in the Sabbath elevator
Well,
as
they were-
opposed to the regular one.
No, they were both in Sabbath mode, Shabbat mode.
Were they? Okay.
Yeah, it's just that one stopped on even floors, one stopped on odd floors, because it's as the rabbis of old centuries ago decided, well, what constitutes work, and one of those things was to kindle a fire
Right.
on the Sabbath day's work. And in modern days, that means to make a spark of any kind, and pushing a button on an elevator constitutes making a spark. There's an
Right.
electrical connection.
How stupid
So
is that?
therefore, it's unlawful to push a button on the Sabbath day.
Right.
But you still need to get up, and climbing the stairs would be too much work on the Sabbath day. So the way the workaround is to have elevators that stop automatically, and in a large building, if it stopped at every floor, that would take too long. So they all stop at the ground floor, but from then on, one of the elevators stops at even floors, the other elevator stops at every odd floor. And so if you get in the wrong one, you're staying on an even floor and you make the mistake of getting on the odd one, then you have to ride it all the way up to the top, stopping at every other floor, ride it all the way down, stopping at every other floor, and then get on the correct elevator
It was
to
funny.
get to your floor.
Needless to say,
We made that mistake of getting in the wrong elevator a few times and ate up quite a bit of the day doing that,
and you know
riding the elevator.
what's really funny though is I for years had a fear of riding in elevators. Fortunately, God healed me of that before I went to Israel. I'd be like, "Oh no, I'm trapped in an elevator." Anyway, but it was very interesting. And actually, we were in Israel 10 years ago. Randall, do you realize it was 10 years ago?
Wow.
10 years have went by just like that. In fact, that means I've had this Hebrew ring for 10 years. So here's this ring I got. It was on our 15th anniversary, actually. We were around there. See, there's my Hebrew ring, which is something that I can't read because I don't read Hebrew because you'd think I
You
would
should be able to.
because I'm Jewish, right? Yeah, you can't really read it, but anyway.
If I recall correctly, it says Zedori v'Zechai. No,
Shalom.
Zedori v'Zechai.
Oh, that's how I speak Hebrew. Shalom.
That's probably offensive to some people.
Probably, but if I'm Jewish, it doesn't matter, right? I can be offensive. I wear my Jewishness as a badge of honor. That's right, people. We've been persecuted our whole lives. May as well give them something to persecute me for, right? All right. So, You always thought I was Jewish, really? I know. Randall does sound Jewish. I think he's probably Jewish, too. Somebody tonight said, yeah, I don't think Jewish people have the ability to read at birth. Gotta learn. I wonder why they don't play elevator music anymore. You know, some places do, though. Mm-hmm. You have to go to, like, fancy schmancy places. Actually, in San Francisco, we went to a Periscope Summit.
Yep.
This other horrific, this was scary. Okay, so here we are in the super high place in San Francisco, right?
Oh.
This was like a couple years ago. And I get into the elevator. I push the button. It shuts the door. And I'm pushing the button to get to the floor that I go. And it goes up. It's going up. And I'm like, my heart rate's going through the roof because I'm nervous and anxious. It's only me in there. And I couldn't get the door to open. I couldn't get it to open. And I was freaking out internally. I'm like going, okay, Lord, I'm going to die. And so I pushed the emergency phone button because, you know, they have those. And they answered, are you okay? Or whatever. I'm like, yeah, I can't, I'm trapped in the elevator. I don't know how to get out. Lady's like, do you have your room key? I'm like, why? Because after 10 o'clock, we lock the elevators. I'm like, really? So, okay, so how come you didn't inform us of this? Because, you know, you just gave me a heart attack. I heard that you got healed from Rick's oh, no, okay, not me. Okay, all right. Yeah. So anyway, that was scary. That was scary. They have cute service guys, huh? Well, that's something to look forward to. Cute service guys.
I was just looking at our...
Oh, do you have photos?
Yeah, photos from Israel.
Do you have a picture of me and you from 10 years ago you want to share?
With oh my goodness.
What?
Senior moment. Kay Arthur.
Oh, you do? Yeah. Okay, Go ahead. Show a picture of me and you. This will show you how much we've aged in a decade. Look at that. That's such not a flattering picture of us. Randall's the same. He's got the same skinny body and everything. Oops, but
Oops. Yeah, let me.
There's the Western Wall. See, we were there. These are never before seen photos on Periscope. Are you going to put it back up?
Yeah, well, I'm just trying to. I want to fix it here. All right. I can just kind of go through them.
Oh, sure. Go ahead.
So there we are.
Come on a tour to Israel with me and Bareface right now. This is from 10 years ago. Okay. So there's Kay Arthur. Wait. Oh, okay, wait.
You want me to go back to Kay?
So, no, come back to me. So, Kay Arthur signed my Bible. Check this out. Okay, look at that. Well, you can't if... You see?
You want me to put that? Hold on.
Yeah. Do you see how dark my hair... Can you make that bigger so they can see how dark my hair is back then?
Hold on,
That's
I will.
But
you're on camera now.
I am?
Yes.
Okay. So look, so Kay Arthur signed my Bible. Can you see that? Probably not. If you recognize her signature. She signed it right there in front of the Western Wall. Okay? Now, what's interesting, just so you know, is that I didn't actually care if she did or not. Okay? Because there's some other lady on the tour who was like, oh my gosh, I need to have Kay Arthur sign my Bible. She's the best girl Bible teacher in the whole entire world. Blah, blah, blah. Kay, will you sign my Bible? And then the woman grabbed me and said, hey, you got to have her sign your Bible too. Anyway, love your well-used Bible. Thank you. You judge people by their Bible, huh? Well, you know what? This Bible, Randall gave me on my birthday in 1998, which means it's what? 19 years old. Took me a minute. This is a 19-year-old Bible. This is my Bible. So, but yes, Kay Arthur signed it. Okay. So, go back to you who are listening to the archive podcast. Sorry, this was Randall's idea, not mine. Okay, so Okay, so you see how, first of all, I was wearing glasses. Those were prescription. Second of all, well, I won't say that. But look how dark my hair is compared to today. Now I'm mostly white, people. And Kay, you know, she dyes her hair. And there's Bareface. Look at him. You probably still have that shirt.
I do.
Mm-hmm. You're so handsome. Okay. And that's the Dome of the Rock?
Well, no, it's not the... No, it's not.
Okay, well, you're going to have to, like, share what these photos are. I don't remember most of this stuff.
Oh.
I was so nervous on this trip that I couldn't enjoy it. Oh, that's a special picture.
So it's 10 years ago.
Okay, wow, look at you, man. So you see how I haven't really aged much except my hair. My hair has gotten, I don't know, what do you guys think? My hair has gotten a lot whiter in 10 years, but look at Bareface, man. His hair's, he's so cute. It's dark.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now we know why is, what? Now we know why is never before seen.
Yeah. These never seen before photos. Now she knows why. We've never shown them.
Oh. Yeah, but I'm considerably white compared to there. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but my skin doesn't look yet younger. I mean, it doesn't look older. Or does it? I wear makeup now. I didn't really wear makeup back then. I think I love your look now than before. Aw, well, Hannah, thank you. I think it's because I learned how to put makeup on and do stuff because of Vicky, who we totally, like, you know, missed on her scope. Okay, Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State's here. I don't even know who you are, but hey, if the whole state of Oklahoma's here, how awesome is that? You know what? I think Oklahoma is the nicest state in the whole country, besides all the states that you guys are from. Your makeup probably had the same oils as Lady in the Bible. Oh, yeah, I don't know. But, yeah, Oklahoma was really nice. And the hotel, the Holiday Inn that we stayed in was awesome. I love that hotel. It's like my favorite hotel in the whole entire world. Oh, you're just one person? Well, that's okay. You're very important. I agree. I lived there for a year. Yeah, you know what? Hey, Oklahoma is nice. But then again, wherever I go, people are nice. You know why? Because I'm nice. Mm-hmm. Demonic Finger has come in. Ooh, that's nice. Okay, so you know what I had today? I had a rum ball. Do you know what a rum ball is, people? Do you? I went to this Cajun... Is that how you say it?
The Cajun, yeah. Cajun
restaurant today after pickleball. We went out, and anyway, some friends took me out and for my birthday. It really wasn't for my birthday, actually. Yeah, what you said. And they gave me a rum ball. I've never had rum alcohol ever in my whole entire life. It must be like rum cake, but I don't know because I've never had rum cake. But I had this rum ball today with, it had Nutella on top of it. That was good. It was sugar, though. Made me tired after I ate it. Yep, my hair needs to get cut. I just messed it up. I just thought I'd share that the host of Bible News Radio tasted rum today. Don't judge. We should think... What?
Yeah, we should.
Yeah.
I was just going to put up the sign to Spring Hill.
Oh. Okay,
right,
go ahead.
Right there. In the blue.
Where is it? I don't see it yet.
You will, but...
Okay.
Tel Aviv.
Now that's hilarious. You took a picture of that?
Yes.
Wow, okay.
10 years ago.
Wow. That looks good for a 10-year-old picture.
All right. But
well, Ariel Ministries is our sponsor. And we love them because they sponsor us. Ariel Ministries is the Messianic Jewish ministry of Dr. Arnold Fruchtenbaum and his wife, Marianne. Marianne's a Gentile. Arnold's Jewish, just so you know. And anyway, you can go to ariel.org and save 20% when you use the coupon code Bible News. That way they know they heard about you. That way they know that you are coming because of us. And anyway, we recommend the book Yeshua, Life of the Messiah from Messianic Jewish Perspective. There's 4 volumes. And starting on Monday, we're going to be advertising the abridged version of the book, Yeshua, which is basically all 4 volumes squinched into one. What's that noise? Oh, it's the cat. Okay. The cat's upset. Anyway, that's all right. Cats are always upset. Maybe I'll also speak like, yeah. Okay, so also, pillars of our community. Hey, if you like our show and you want to support us on a monthly basis and commit to donating $25 a month, please become a pillar of our community. It's basically giving me and Randall a meal, basically. Your donation will help us continue our daily work teaching the gospel, which, by the way, we disciple behind the scenes as well, not just on the show, and evangelizing the world and all that. And we'll put you into a Facebook group that's private, and you'll get more of us. Not that you want it, but you will. Go to BibleNewsRadio.com/give. Okay? And some people said, well, why $25 a month? I will tell you the truth. The truth is because our current pillars recommended that because of the value that we give on top of the show, but as well as in our pillars. And in fact, if you happen to be a pillar of the community, our next video meetup this Sunday is this Sunday. Just so you know, we do a monthly meetup with our pillars of the community. We had a really great one last month actually. So consider doing that. We are not a nonprofit, in part because I don't feel called to be, because every time I try to go that direction, the money never comes in. So we are a for-profit. How do you get to Facebook? Well, Ron, you got to friend me. I've tried to find you. And so you got to friend me, tweet me or something. You got to email me. If you're on Facebook, email me your, where you're at. Cause you should be in our pillars group cause you're a pillar. So yeah. So do you know the best way you can get a hold of me is email me or tweet me. And then you can tell me cause I looked for you and I couldn't find you. Yeah. So, but yes, you go in there and then you can be part of our meetup this Sunday. Okay. What else was I going to say? Let's see. Pillars. Let's see. Okay. I mentioned the class earlier. I can't get my ID problems worked out. I don't know what that is. Instagram? I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I'm not sure. I don't know. Anyway, is IG Instagram or something? I don't know. Also, a reminder.
Well, I don't know. It would be IDK, wouldn't it?
Probably. Okay, so next week we have Model Bolliston on the show. Hold on just a second. I want to show you something.
Hold on just a second. She wants to show you something. And it's not the plaque on the elevators that talk about the Shabbat control when they're in Shabbat mode.
Okay, so check this out.
Okay, well.
Oh, they can't see it. Okay.
No.
All right, so Model Bolliston is this guy right here. See that picture? That's him right there.
Kind of blurry, but...
Well, anyway, you can see he's a rabbi, a Messianic Jewish rabbi. Okay, he's going to be on our show Wednesday. This is actually a series he did at Ariel, at Camp Shoshana on Jewish history, which now that I know that I'm Jewish, I should probably watch the whole thing. But there are other series. See, these are like a whole bunch of DVDs or something. Okay. Anyway, he's going to be our guest Wednesday. And on Tuesday, I have a woman who ministers in Uganda. And she has worked directly with witch doctors and witchcraft and all this other creepy stuff. And anyway, she's going to be sharing some testimonies about how some of these people have become Christians. How cool is that? Totally cool, just so you know. And then in the following weeks, we have some other guests who lined up, which you're going to enjoy. And we're going to be having somebody named Dr. Michael Lake on the show. Also, L.A. Marzulli is coming on the show. Brian Godawa is coming back on our show. Who else? We got Robert, what's his name? Stacy, come on. What's the guy's name that I met at the conference? Bob, whatever. What's his name? Come on.
Which Bob?
The guy that worked at the Pentagon.
Oh, who does? Who's still a military consultant?
Yes.
Lieutenant Colonel
Not
Bob
Ulrich.
McGinnis.
Bob McGinnis. There we go. He works. Bob Ulrich. Yeah, I might get him on to do a personal testimony. He told me I could, but generally he doesn't actually do interviews like that. But all the archives, by the way, if you're listening to the podcast archive and you're still listening this far into the show, just so you know, Periscope, we have 26 interviews we did that whole weekend we were there. Go back, listen to all the interviews. You'll enjoy them. Okay. All right. And I think that's pretty much it. So usually on Friday we do an hour and 15 minutes, right? As far as
Fridays.
Yeah. I'm super tired right now, just so you know. I had too much. We went to this check this out. Okay, we live in Tel Aviv, Tennessee, just so you know. AKA Spring Hill. And what's really funny is that there's this group that's created for people who moved from California to Spring Hill, Tennessee. And I have to say that it's really interesting because we just met up with all these California transplants at this restaurant that's owned by a guy. It's a Mexican restaurant that's owned by a guy from California. And it was really cool. The food was really good, but I ate too many tortillas. And so I'm feeling tired now. Because carbs are not good for you. Carbs are evil, people. Don't eat carbs because they'll make you fat. Unless you're barefaced. He can eat whatever the heck he wants. Spring Hill, Californians. Yep. Tel Aviv, Tennessee, though, is where we live. I like that. When somebody asks me where I live from now on, I'm going to say Tel Aviv, Tennessee. They're going to be going, what? I'm like, hey, don't you know Hebrew? They'll go, no. And I'll say, well, you should. I mean, I know Hebrew. I'm Jewish. I can make so many Jewish jokes now, but I won't. Well, I don't know. Maybe I will. So, yeah. So you guys have any questions for the next 5 minutes? As an Italian, I'm required to eat carbs, just so you know. Yeah. Well, you walk 15,000 steps a day, too, don't you? Something like that. Me, today, wait, how many steps do I got in? I have, wait for it, 9,455. There probably is one in Missouri, Paris, Lebanon, and others. Yes. True. All right. So what is it you guys like about our show the most? And what is it that you want us to improve on? Just put a little brief feedback.
Of course, while they're entertaining that,
Yeah.
I do have to break the bubble a little bit.
What?
This Spring Hill in Tennessee, the spring refers to like a freshwater spring. You can go around the world.
Did you really look up?
No, I just happen to know.
Oh.
And because I know why Spring Hill is named Spring Hill, it's because of the spring that's on the hill where the Tennessee Children's Home is now. That's where the
murder took place.
Well, back in the
day.
Yeah,
it's
19th century.
It's true story. When I first moved here, I was like, hey, I'm a therapist. I'm going to go look and get a job at the Tennessee Children's House. And when I'm there, they're telling me the history of the murder and stuff that took place while I'm like, really?
Well, it's a famous one back in the 19th century. Anyway, so it's named for spring, like freshwater spring. Aviv in Hebrew is like spring, like the season, springtime.
So a Jewish person named Stacy Lynn Harp lives in Tel Aviv, Tennessee.
But so Tel Aviv is named for the like springtime hill.
But I was born in autumn.
Tel hill and spring.
Is there any
springtime,
connection?
Aviv. So it's a different kind of spring.
You like the way we do the show now? You mean as far as our great content, or do you mean production? Because tonight's content is goofy, in my opinion.
Well, it's Free for All Friday.
It's Free for All Friday, where we can talk about whatever we want.
Unlike any other day of the week.
Oh, you know what we should do? We should do a question.
Far less structured.
All right. I went to Goodwill, and I bought this box here. I had no idea what was in it. That's how brave I am, people. This magical cube. Hey, Jerry's here. Okay. So I'm going to do one of these questions barefaced. Okay, let's see here. I'm going to pull out a random question because it turned out that this was what it was. Table topics. That one's boring. I don't want to do that one. But this is the name of the book. Okay. Oh, we could get deep. No, we don't want to do that either. Just kidding. This next one I will do. I'll shut my eyes. I'll pull it out. What would you like to learn to do on your computer? Really? That's a duddy one.
Really?
All right. How about another better question? Oh, okay. This is actually the directions. Forget that.
You need directions on how to answer questions?
Pretty much.
Well, in a courtroom, you often do.
If this Friday could be a holiday, what would you celebrate?
Free for All Friday. Of course.
That was duddy. Okay, how about this one? Which author have you read most?
That we've been through that, and I've answered that before.
I know. You'd think I would pick a different question. We haven't done. Okay. What's the most entertaining concert you've seen?
Ooh.
Oh.
Could you do better? But I'm sure you'll do it.
Oh, jeez. Okay, what's your favorite fast food meal?
That Timothy Kell? Someone? Timothy, welcome to the broadcast.
Okay.
Do you mind if I sneeze?
Go for it.
All right. Well, I'm
Get it on me. I know you will.
I just wanted to. I just wanted to
It's
get
so
your
loud.
permission.
Stacy in a bathrobe? KFC and tacos. All right. There we go. We got some answers. Pizza. Ooh.
What was the question?
Question is wait, hold on. I gotta go through all these questions. What's your favorite fast food meal?
Oh, okay.
I think. Yeah, something like that. All right. This next question. What's your favorite candy? Okay, Melanie likes Subway. Oh, yeah? You know what my favorite candy is? It's really simple. If you really know me, Melanie, then you would know what my favorite candy is, just so you know. Melanie should know this. Melanie, you need to answer this question. Nope. Nope. What's my favorite candy, Melanie? Come on, I'm quizzing you, girlfriend. You should know this. Turtles? Actually, I like turtles, but nope. Chocolate? Yes, it does have chocolate in it. But Melanie, she's my number one super fan. She should know the answer to this question. M&M's. Yes, that's correct. But there's a certain kind. Melanie puts M&M's after Ron does. You cheated, Melanie. No, I'm just kidding. Peanut. Yes, that's right. Actually, I like the coffee ones. Those are the new ones. All right. Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, I do like, but I don't eat them anymore. You know why? Because I have this all-natural cool recipe that I make, which is a heck of a million gazillion times better than Reese's. If you guys didn't see me make those, go back into the archives because they're there. They're really good. Dark chocolate, peanut butter, coconut oil, and sea salt. Really good. And if you want, I think you should also throw some peppermint oil in it and make it a peppermint chocolate mint chocolate chip. No, not chocolate chip. Peppermint chocolate peanut butter cup. That's good for you.
Well, my Fitbit tells me it's about time I get some rest.
Okay, whose life do you find inspiring? Mine, right? Yeah. The answer to that is so
Yeshua.
easy. All right. How would you change Hollywood? There you go. That's a good one. What's your favorite breakfast? Ooh, that's a good. Okay, we'll end on that one. What's your favorite breakfast? I know what mine is.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah? What is it, Mr. Smarty
It's
Pants?
French toast.
Yep. I love French toast. I don't eat it, but I love it.
That has nothing to do with the French, but
Hey, there might be a Jewish form of French toast.
Jewish toast?
Jewish toast. Well, you both have a blessed night. I need to go. My mom will be calling soon. Okay. Well, hey,
you for-
wait, don't leave yet. Let me follow you. I thought I was following you, but it shows I'm not following you. There.
Watermelon for breakfast.
Watermelon's good, actually. I just kicked myself out of my scope. Stop that. Okay, I'm back. All right, there. Now I'm following you. Back. Okay, so Monday, what we'll do is we'll cover some news unless I book a guest between now and then, which I don't think I will. But I do have some really cool guests coming up. Eggs and bacon. I do like bacon, and I love eggs. I eat them every day. I don't eat bacon every day. Okay, bye. Bye. Okay. And I think that's it, right? So you guys pray for Tuggy Bear's quick healing, if you don't mind. And thank you for coming in and being a part of our community. And pray about becoming a pillar of our community. And I really do encourage you to get the course, and join the Unstuck Club. And if you need mentoring or coaching, let me know. I'm waiting for Greg Harvey to help me with my website to get that put up, and then once we do, we'll have page up there and all that there too. Yeah, and Ron, get in touch with me and tell me what your thingy is. Your thingy. That's my go-to word for when I can't remember what stuff. I know the accidental swipe out is back. Yeah. Okay. All right. I am actually very tired. It's been a long week. Tug is panting pretty heavy. But thank you for being our friends and listeners, viewers, whatever the heck you want to call yourself. I pray God blesses you. I hope you have a good weekend. We will be back, not tomorrow, but Sunday. Are you going to be on Sunday or no?
Probably to catch up.
Okay, well, don't forget, there's 26 interviews we did at the Prophecy Conference. Go back through the archives, watch them. And don't forget, you can also subscribe to our Spreaker podcast and our YouTube channel, too. And there's Cheryl's World. Cheryl, by the way, if you guys want if you want a card made, like for you, a homemade card, this woman rocks. She makes the most awesome cards ever in the whole entire world. I mean, she should really have a card business or something. So follow Cheryl if you want some tips on that. I mean it too. Hey, she sent me a birthday card. It's awesome. All right. I think Tug might want to get out.
Yes. Let's wrap this up.
He's rebelling in the cage with his cone of shame on.
All right.
Hey,
yeah,
Jason.
He needs to go out. So
okay.
You gonna wrap this up? Or?
All right. That's it. We gotta go. Tug's gotta go. That's why.
Yeah.
Love you guys. We'll talk to you later. Yeah.
Be bold.
Stand up and go with God because He loves you.